Let's keep going. Problem 2a, matching. Here are 6 graphs and 6 different situations. Match each situation to a graph. Okay, you're not going to like this one. It's a little hard to read, but let me help you. So here, if you click on these, that's the situation that you need to read that description of and then match it to a graph. Take a look at these graphs. You're really going to have to read the numbers on the graph. Look, this graph here starts at 10. This graph here starts at y equals 40. This graph here also starts at y equals 40. Down here, this graph starts at the origin. This graph starts at the origin, but this graph starts at 9. You'll also want to know the slope of each line. So look at this one. It goes from 10, x equals 0, y equals 10, to x equals 1, y equals 15. That's a slope of 5 over 1. I'm going to write that down. That's a slope of 5. Oops, my pen is too large. Just a second. That's a slope of 5 over 1. You know what? It's a good idea to go through here and find the slopes, isn't it? You can do it yourself. Let me show you how. Okay, I'll clear my writing. What you need to do is go here to the pen tool. You have a pen tool. Oh, or you can use the ABC tool. That'll be neater. So what was the slope of this? 5 over 1, because it increases 5 for every, let me say that again. The vertical change is 5 for every horizontal change of 1 unit. See here? It went up from 10 to 15, and it went from 0 to 1. You have to remember slope. Don't forget slope. I can't keep explaining it every time. You should know it by now. If you don't know slope, look it up on YouTube or one of my previous videos. Let's find the slope of the next graph. Before we even read those situations, let's find the slope of the graph. Okay, how about this graph here? Oops, if I do that, I can't see. You use the text tool, but I'll use the pen tool, okay? That way I can see what I'm doing. So here, the slope is, it starts at y equals 40. I need to find another point, maybe right here. Here, this is an easy point to read, right there. So the change in y is from 40 to 60. That's a change of 20 units. And the change in x is from x equals 0 to x equals 2. Okay, the slope of this line is equal to 10 because I reduced the fraction and it's 10. Okay, what's the slope of this line? When x equals 0, y equals 40. Okay, and then read another point. How about this point? That looks easy to read. It goes to between 60 and 80 is 70. So the vertical change is from 40 to 70. From 40 to 70, that's a change of 30 units up. And the horizontal change is 2 units over. So the slope is 15. Okay, let's keep going. Find the slope of all 6 of these, and then next we'll read the situations. This line starts at the origin. Here's a point that's easy to read right here. And the vertical change is 40 units up. The horizontal change is 1 unit over, x equals 1 there. So the slope of the line is 40. Okay, let's read this graph here. I want to find points that are easy to read. This point is right on the crosshairs. It's easy to read. So starting from here to there, the vertical change is 1 unit up. It goes from y equals 9 to y equals 10. Vertical change is 1 unit up. And the horizontal change is 1, 2, 3, 4. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4 units over. So the slope of this line is 1/4. Okay? This line starts at the origin, and the easiest point to read looks like it's right here. There's a point that I can read. Here's another point that I can read, and that may be even easier because this is at x equals 5. This was at x equals 2.5. I'm going to read this point, okay? So from the origin to this point, I can see that the slope, well, Vertical change is going up 20 units. So the vertical change goes up 20 units. The horizontal change goes over 5 units. So my slope is 4. You have to reduce your fractions. Okay, now we can read the situations and figure out which situation fits which graph. Okay, first situation right here. Situation A. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oops, wait a second. I'm using the wrong tool. Cancel. There we go. And then let me get the pointer tool. There we go. Situation A. Okay, can you read it? Lynn's dad bought a tablet. He pays the same amount each month for a subscription to a movie streaming service. The graph represents how much money he spent, Y, for the tablet, and X months of service. The slope of the line is 10. See, we found the slope first. Well, it must be this situation because the slope of the line is 10. That means he's going to pay $10 a month for service, by the way. Okay, so what you'll do is just drag this over and put it on graph 2. Situation A matches graph 2. Let's read situation B. The graph represents the perimeter, Y, of a square whose side length is X. The slope of the line is 4. Oh, this is too easy because we already found the slope of the line. Okay, so if you were to graph the perimeter of the square with varying side lengths, then it would be this. Ding! Do you know why that makes sense? Would you like me to show you? Just imagine we're going to graph that square, and X is the side length, and Y is the perimeter. Well, what is the perimeter of a square? It's X plus X plus X plus X. So if X equals 0, the perimeter is 0. If X equals 1, the perimeter is 4. If X equals 2, then this would be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. The perimeter is 8. So we're having a, oops, I didn't draw that correctly, right here, I mean, a pretty steep line that starts at the origin and has a slope of 4. So that's graph 5. Oh, I'm sorry, graph 6. Sorry. Graph 6, not graph 5. Graph 5 slope is 1/4. My mistake. Let me keep going. Situation C. I'll read it. Diego puts his piggy bank on his desk. Each week he adds the same amount of money to his bank. The graph represents the amount in the piggy bank, Y, after X weeks. The slope of the line is 5. What does that mean the slope of the line is 5? It means every week he has $5 more in his piggy bank. Anyway, which graph is that? Oh, this one here. It has a slope of 5. Graph 1 has a slope of 5. And if you look at that graph, it starts at 10. So I think Diego has $10 in his piggy bank when he begins. And then every week he adds $5 more. Go ahead and match that up. Okay, I want you to finish situation D, situation E, and situation F. You need to finish those on your own. Read carefully.